Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Todos Toman. I'm your co-host, dude. What the? I guess nada más somos dos ahora, dude. I'm your co-host, Tank. Y I am here with Johnny Boy, also known as el reportero de Todos Toman. Y I guess San Miguel finally decided to come back. ¿Cómo están, muchachos? We are missing Romero. That he was due to like unas good vacations, dude. Un little descansito. I think we've all rotated and our days off. He refused to use his PTO, dude. And we're
So
like,
now,
it's not gonna roll over, dude. So you might as well use it, no?
so that's why he took his vacation. No?
Easy, dude.
Yeah, dude. So this happens to me every single damn time the episode starts. It's just a ritual that he has. So don't mind him.
Easy,
For the
yeah.
for the people that are watching, that Miguel's kind of like lagging a little bit. But yeah. So Romero was over. He came over to Cali on Friday. Where's fucking timing? First of all, right, with all the Cali shit happening.
Yeah, dude.
De por sí, its tensions are high, right? With
I'm not
everything.
gonna lie, dude. I was worried, dude. Más porque I started seeing that was it? I think it was in New York. No me acuerdo qué aeropuerto that you suddenly started seeing agents like checking your documentation. Yeah, so
I I don't remember what airport or where I saw it, but yeah, it was something along the lines where you were walking through the hallway. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, dude, I think it was like an international terminal. It's like where
mm,
people were coming. I think they were coming back to the states,
mm,
and then they were checking passports. I think so, but we'll get into that a little bit. But
yeah.
yeah, El Romero was over for here in Cali for since Friday. Crazy part is, so he arrives on Friday in the morning, and then we come out here back to this side by my house. It's like about an hour and 45-minute drive, like approximately between that. It could be a little bit less, it could be a little bit more depending on traffic. But as we were coming back and we were kind of arriving over here, we started hearing about the rates in Cali.
Mm.
But wait. So I feel like I'm getting too ahead of myself. Miguel, you're back. Thank you. Thank the Lord Jesus for now.
Now,
Okay, guys, what are you guys drinking? We'll talk about Romero in a little bit. I'll start it
But
off, dude. Fuck, I forgot what this is called.
it's a
Listen,
drink, no?
it's a McDonald's cup. It is, and I know the haters are gonna say it has nothing, but I got a Coke. My girl got me a Coke, and then I put Romero talk about a gin that he got from somebody from DC.
Mm-hmm.
We found it here in one of the liquor stores, and I have not tried it. He tried it. I have not tried. Well, obviously, right? He tried it, but he tried it here, and then I just added onto the Coke. So that's what I'm
Vaso,
drinking.
vaso, una coca nada más, okay.
No, dude, no. Oh, six Pacificos, eh?
Oh, damn.
Para que veas, que pinche. No, nada más una Coca, my boy.
You see. Dale, Miguel,
uh,
what are you drinking?
so this is strawberry sparkling water con tequila. So I use ¿cómo se llama? La Gritona tequila.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like I mix it.
Okay, so
Mind you, the
strawberry juice.
sparkling water was from Costco.
Oh,
So was la Gritona, dude. I mean, I also bought it from Costco.
okay. Tank.
Aquí, I got la botella, dude, as proof, dude. It's an Aldi find, dude. Pues,
Also, okay.
it's como un tipo. It honestly tastes like a wine cooler de piña,
Oh,
but it's
okay.
supposed to be kind of like a tipo wine de piña.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is it
Pues
good?
aquí,
I'm sure you
it,
tried it.
yeah, it's pretty good, dude.
So, una agüita de piña bien fría, que está sudadita el vaso, ¿no?
I mean, no es agüita, dude, porque it does have
I'm just kidding.
9% alcohol
That's what you said
biologically.
about my Coke, dude. So, not only am I representing, that bottle que Romero bought, but I'm also representing Miguel, dude. He does work
yeah.
there, so nothing
So
but luck.
I got you.
So-
Dude. I'm representing you too, dude. Look.
I saw that, dude. I saw that shit. Hey, cheers to that, dude.
Cheers.
Porque yeah, we were starting to talk
Um,
about other shit. Get that loop out, dude. Porque ya ves que starts going and going. So, Miguel, before you came back, I was starting to kind of get off track before you literally joined us when we were saying ¿Qué estás tomando? But I was saying that Romero was over. and I was saying that it's crazy because this whole time tensions have been really high, right, with the administration and everything. So I know they were just a little scared, right, to fly. They ended up making it here. They got here like at say 8:30, 45. We picked them up, and then we drove back. We were driving back. And I was telling Tex about like an hour to an hour 30, an hour 45, depending on traffic, the way back home. We were thinking of staying El Segundo, but El Segundo opened at 3 o'clock. So I was like, dude, let's come over here. There's breweries over here. We'll chill over here, and that's it. We'll leave LA, right? So thankfully we did that, because as soon as we were getting here, that's when we started hearing about the raids out in LA. We passed a couple of those spots. Well, we were on the freeway, but we passed a couple of the spots where shit was kind of going down. So we stayed in touch with like media, social media, and stuff like that for all that stuff. But we did not go to LA again till today. And even today, being that it's Monday, being that yes, there's a lot of protests, dude. I dropped him off. He's actually still flying, but I dropped him off like maybe, I don't know, like an hour earlier than what he was supposed to check in. And the plan was for him to get to the airport at 1. Pero with traffic or whatever, he got there like at 1:15. So it was a little bit, 12:15, so 45 minutes early. And then his plane got delayed like 2-3 times. So he just left maybe like 2 hours ago, maybe. So he still has like 2 hours to go to get to Chicago. Good time though. Good time. He did sleep a lot, dude. I'll tell you that. Napped a lot, so he definitely enjoyed his vacation.
I will tell you this. The only time I've ever seen Rome nap in the middle of the day is in Cali, dude. Like I was there and like I turned around and he was like knocked out, and I was like,
people don't believe that story, dude. But thankfully,
like,
yeah, dude, thankfully Miggy was here.
We just napped too.
Yeah, we had a Friday. It was just we're hopping around little breweries. By the time we got home, we were like kind of, not gonna lie, kind of drunk. And then we get home and we continue drinking because people come over, right? People started coming over and we started continue drinking. There was a point that I honestly blacked the fuck out. Like I'm blacked out. I don't know what's going on. All I remember, I was laying down in my living room, and I was laying down, and the Michael was like, "Hey, get up!" And I look up, and I was like, "What?" And I'm conscious again, right? So I'm like, "What the fuck am I doing here?" Like I have no idea how I got here. So I'm thinking, I was like, "Fuck, what did I?" And then I started thinking, did I say something bad? Like, was I out of pocket with people? I hate that, dude, because that
is
guilty
one thing
conscious.
That is one thing that always kind of irks you, where it's like, no te acuerdas de nada, and you base everything off of the other people's response, right?
Yes, dude. Yes,
and it could be something as he's just un tiradero, but to you it's like, fuck, what I do? I said something. I did something. Oh shit, like.
Dude, I think lo peor también is when you're tipsy, like / drunk, and tienes sueños, and you're like kind of like, damn, like, did I say it or was it just a dream? Like.
Yeah. So I wake up and my girl's like, "Hey, come on, go to bed." Blah blah blah. Like I think it was like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. So I go to bed, right? And again, I'm conscious by that point. Like I'm back and I know what happened. But then I wake up and yeah, dude, I wake up and I'm still thinking like, the only reason why I feel this way, dude, because I did in the past had my little previous like, malacopa moments. I don't know if everybody goes through that phase, dude. But I just don't want to be that.
I remember those.
Okay, well there you go. So I know that it could happen, so I'm trying to avoid it as much as I can. So yeah, I definitely go based a lot of when this has happened based off how my girl responds. If she responds obviously upset, I'm like, fuck, I did something, like, yeah, valió madre, what did I do? But yeah, luckily no, nothing happens. Saturday, just to kind of run it through real fast. Saturday we got up, we went to get carnitas. I asked him, "Are you okay?" Romero was like, "I'm fine." And then an hour later, dude, he was like, "La cruda le pegó like in the fucking rib, dude." It was he was so crudo for like the whole day. He didn't want to drink.
I'm glad. Because
right?
that motherfucker
About time,
so much shit like, oh, like crudas, what's that? You no sé qué es cruda. I'm like, you know what? Like, un día, dude, Diosito me va a escuchar, dude. Un día. Te va una cruda, güey.
Dude, for all we know, he's lying to us, dude. Because I know we hang out with him the day that we drink, but we usually don't see him the next day.
Right. I know the last 2 times he's been here, this time and the last time when Luis Miguel the concert. It was one of those like he gets a late crudas. Like you wake up and I'm like, hey, how you doing? He's like, oh, I'm good. I'm good. I was like, really? I'd be like, fuck. He's like, how are you? I was like, dude, I'm fucking drunk still. Like, I still like he asked me, how are you? I was like, dude, I feel like I'm still drunk. And then I swear I was like, todavía me siento medio mareado, like blah blah blah. And then he's like, no, I'm fine. I was like, oh, okay, well, fucking low key a little hater, but I was like, good for you. You
I'm
know?
so happy for you, no? Like,
Yeah. You kind of hate that because we drank kind of like almost to the same level. So
yeah.
for me to be that fucked up and black out, and for him like to wake up and be, I want to say maybe I don't know if you blacked out, but be as drunk as me and have no cruda, that gets me pissed off, dude. That gets me pissed off. That's a pissed off moment.
It definitely irritates you. Yeah,
right?
I agree.
So it caught up to him though. So maybe an hour and a half later, he's like, "Fuck, I'm feeling it." I was like, "Oh, I had to go pick up some meat." Dude, to go pick up the meat. My boy had to sleep. Like I was like, "Come on." Anyway, not to throw away his business out there, right? But he's weak.
He said not to throw his business, but everybody let's celebrate, no?
Yeah. But yeah, dude, had a good time. Obviously, it's you guys know vacations are short. I know he was here for just 3 days, but literally he came by on Friday. Yes, for today. So hopefully we could do this again with all of us, right? Even if I have to, we'll see you because Tank does never want to come see me. So I'll try to make it happen before the end of the year. We can all get together. And you guys have to go back the following day in the morning to see how Romero's feeling, dude. Because you guys have to verify that shit.
I was putting a ring camera in su cuarto, no?
Pero good weekend, guys, nonetheless.
All right. What do you think? Anything remarkable for the weekend?
Not really.
Damn, dude. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
I know. You took a while, but
it was just Chica's graduation on Thursday, you know. But
it's good. I was waiting for you to say that.
you don't want to spill your business. No?
You see, yeah.
I got a few things. I got almost one thing for every day, dude.
Give me Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday. So Thursday was Chica's graduation, right? Which was monumental. Graduate high school, which is monumental because I didn't graduate high school. You know, other people from my family didn't graduate high school. I don't want to put anybody's business out there, right? But you know, like so, Chiquis was the first that graduated high school in a while, right? So so it was monumental for us.
Nice.
Friday, I got to see Kendrick Lamar. So he came to Chicago to Soldier Field.
How was that?
There is nothing as peaceful as calling somebody a P word, you know, screaming it with all like a whole crowd, dude. It's como que hasta, all the frustrations, dude, all the stress, you just like release it, dude. It was fun as shit, dude.
Yeah.
It was an amazing concert. Which it was the first concert I've seen where even though it was Kendrick headlining, it like there wasn't a like, all right, well, SZA goes first, and then out comes Kendrick. It was like Kendrick started, he did 3-4 songs, then SZA came out, did 3-4 songs, and Kendrick came back out, like 3-4 songs. Se turnaba. So
that's
that
cool
was
because no estaba pacando
right.
En este caso SZA.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's
so
cool.
that was Friday. Saturday, what did I do Saturday? I had something for Saturday too. Oh, Saturday, vi el bicho que ganó la Nations League.
It was Sunday, no?
Was it
Sunday? No,
Sunday. Sorry, Sunday. So, which was yesterday, as the day of we're recording. So he won the Nations League. Dude, 40 years old, dude. Love him or hate him, dude. 40 years old, and he's still out there. He scored his goal. He played most of the game until he got injured.
I saw that.
It was a game where it was supposed to be, you know, like people were kind of saying like passing the torch of like one of the greats, passing it on to Lamine Yamal, who's 17. But dude, I mean, not to talk too much about sports, but I mean, I feel like he wasn't even there. Like Lamine Yamal, like he was just sopaco mucho.
Dude, but yes, like you talk about Cristiano Ronaldo, where I'll give you credit. He's one of the greatest. Dude. For me, he's top 3, if anything. But Lamine Yamal, I feel that he has a lot of pressure because of the media. I feel like they compare him a lot to Messi. One, obviously Barcelona and all that stuff. So there's some sort of pressure. I know he's a kid, but there's pressure. Has to be. But second of all, dude. Second of all, one of the most important things, dude. That left back defender for Portugal, Mendes.
Nuno Mendes, yeah,
dude, he's way crazy.
Great.
Dude. So
Which,
because of him, I feel like Lamine Yamal didn't do much. Honestly,
he didn't do much, and so like my thing is like I felt bad because he's 17, right? He's a kid, dude. He's a fucking kid, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's a kid that he has a big ego, which is I don't have anything against people with big egos if they could back it up. Pero pues ya ves que like constantly on social media he would post things with big ego energy. Where I'm like, all right, cool, like you gotta back it up, right? So at the same time, I can't feel too bad for him. Although I did see that I said in different interviews, Cristiano Ronaldo was like, hey, like back off of him. 17, let him grow.
Right.
He's gonna be big. He told him is that they're like, oh, what advice would you give him? He's like, nothing. I have nothing to tell him. Like, he's gonna grow. He's gonna win nation leagues. Watch. He will win nations league. He will win titles. He will win all this stuff. He's like, he'll win for team and for individual. Like, you just gotta give him the space for him to grow. Which was good because lo malo is that right away they start comparing players to like Messi and Ronaldo and like the pressure gets.
I mean, pressure stuff.
I remember when they were comparing Tank to Rafa Marquez, dude, and like Tank was just like he couldn't handle the pressure, dude.
Yeah,
if it wasn't for that, dude, I would have surpassed
probably
him.
pro, dude. Probably pro, dude. There was a point in time when they were comparing Chicharito to like Hugo Sanchez, like stuff like that. For me, it was just like I don't know. I hate comparisons.
Just the goal scoring. Like,
And
that's
being Mexican,
all he had was
Real Madrid, and like there was a couple of similarities, but even then, like for me, Hugo Sanchez was top, probably second best in Mexico because for me, Rafa Marquez first, but second best for sure. Best striker ever in Mexico's history.
He scored what, like I don't know how many goals. The first touch, one touch goals.
Yeah,
it was like so many. It was like that's fucking crazy.
Was extra shit, but
hell yeah.
Enough of sports, dude. Enough of sports. Tank, anything you want to add, Tank, to the weekend? I know Mika kind of shared a little bit. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, we lost all our viewers, dude.
Yeah, that's let's start all over again, no?
Easy.
We did go fishing on Sunday. Romero was sleeping a lot of the time. Once again,
at fishing,
dude.
I said, you got to bite, dude. You got to bite.
No. He put his route.
Con su biberón. Aquí está con su caguama, no hay nada su biberón.
No, ni tomó el cabrón ya. No tomó ya mucho after Friday. Pero allá in fishing spot, we don't cast like out there with you guys. You guys throw and cast back and throw and cast back. Here we let it sit there. It's more of a waiting patience type of game. So yeah, he would put his cast fucking 40 feet away, go back to his seat, take a nap, and that shit was still there. So I had to take care of like 3 different rods. But I got 3 bites, and for the 3 bites, I got 1 fish. So all we got was 1 fish. So
wait, so what do you use when you cast? And is it worms or
we do power? It's a power bait. It's called power bait, and it's like it's clay. It's like clay, literally like clay, and it has some sort of sand to it, or maybe a little bit of glitter. And then you let it sit there. Again, you put a weight on your line, and then you put another line after the swivel, and then when you toss it, the weight pretty much goes down, and then the power bait like kind of just floats on top of it, and it's just there floating. And that's what trout usually go for. Out there, they do have catfish, but I had no idea. First of all, I found out on Sunday. Sunday. But also, it was really hot, so I feel that's why we didn't get a lot of bites. It was super hot up there in the mountains. So if we would have stayed maybe a little bit longer, like afternoonish, like 6 o'clock when the sun was going down, I feel like the fucking fish would have definitely came back up and started fucking feeding. But all right, dude. Well, let's get into a little bit of the episode. I know it's a little heartbreaking. I feel. I know it's really close to home here and where I live. I don't live close to LA. Do you want to add something, Megan, before I say what I was gonna say?
No, yeah. The other thing I was gonna say. I guess it is hard to introduce this part, right, which is the main topic of the episode.
Yeah.
which is all over the country. We're seeing massive raids, massive things, and people are getting fed up, and they're starting to como revolt against immigration because of how they're doing things, right? Like at one
Right.
point, it was said, "Hey, we're gonna go after like those gangbangers, criminals, and all this. That was that was their whole saying, right? And now they're going after just regular people, dude. They're going after people in everywhere. Like we've seen more and more donde están, right? Like they do raids in stores, they do raids in church in schools because they have done
Schools.
some in schools as well. Like
Yeah.
they do them in out in public. They do them, like at events, right? Which is a lot of people are getting upset. I mean, over that because it's like, and I'll go a little bit more into in más adelante, pero like there's more and more events happening
Mhm.
that
More often.
yeah, like it's kind of fucked up for like all this stuff to be happening in the US, all these events, knowing that there's all these raids are happening constantly, right? So there are people in different cities that have been standing up. I'll say I've seen New York, I've seen Chicago, but nobody has compared to how LA came and how LA stood up for for everything and the repercussions that it's happened. So
Yeah.
now we're gonna give it on to our reportero dude, Johnny Boy. We got the full report dude.
Johnny Ramos.
Johnny Ramos.
Johnny Ramos.
Reporting from California, dude.
Oh,
From
Green Bay,
California.
California, dude. Green Bay, California.
ten cuidado, dude, porque
Oh, también
ya
están
ves.
buscando a ellos, ¿no?
No, I was gonna say, ya ves que apparently they're también shooting at the reporters and shit.
Oh, dude, that's why
Yeah,
I'm home. That's why I'm reporting from home.
Mm,
Yeah,
va,
dude.
va, va.
And I'm reporting about an hour and 45 minutes away from LA, dude. So
Oh, va, va,
yeah,
va.
so it's safe. It's safe. We're in safe place.
dice Johnny Boy,
Yeah,
ya si me pegan con algo, ya es el colmo, ¿no?
yeah, dude. Oh, dude. So speaking of that, I think you saw it, Miguel. There was somebody. I don't know if she was from the U.S., but there was somebody from the press, and they were reporting, and they were like filming the police or whatever. And then as she's turning around, she's looking at the camera, blah blah, and I guess she gets shot with like a bullet. What is it? Like a rubber bullet?
Yeah,
Like a rubber bullet. So she's, they say those shit fucking hurt, and yeah, dude. So one of the things, yeah, as I was saying, it's a little scary. It's a little devastating. I do know that. Dude, it's just the feeling that they inflict on people. We had talked about this in a previous episode where a lot of people, a lot of people, I don't want to just name like political parties or anything, just people in general, they blame
Name him,
that.
dude. Name him, dude. Fuck it.
They say that Obama would that has deported more people than ever, right? And I think one of the things is that, yes, I guess number wise, he did deport a lot of people. He also deported a lot of criminals. Like a lot of the stuff he did was criminal based deportation, but he also never inflicted fear into any community, dude. No community. I feel like he allowed a lot of people like myself in the DACA program to be able to kind of step out of the shadows, right? And I can speak for a lot of people in that sense. Step out of the shadows, find yourself work, be happy, cry because you have a fucking social security card and you're able to go get a license. Like, dude, I remember crying for the social. When the social got to me, I cried because I've never it's a weird feeling. Like it's such a weird feeling, but I feel like he helped out in a way too. Like he tried to protect the dreamers. He tried to protect TPS, different programs around there. And this guy straight up said, "Hey, I'm going for you." Like he didn't say directly, but based off his actions, like I'm going for you, U.S. citizen or not. You fit the description, and I'm going, and you're going. You'll probably come back because you're a citizen, but you're going. Like I don't care who you are. And yeah, dude, they're rating. I know you talked about Chiqui's graduation. Friday they rated graduation here in California. As they were doing that, they raided a fucking warehouse and I think Home Depot and stuff. And one of the links that I had sent you guys recently was that a lady was talking about. It's crazy how the media inflicts also that fear. Like, yes, I'm sure they get it for fucking views. It's business. I get it. But they're like, they don't show you literally this peaceful protesting going on, and they don't show that part. They only show you the conflict. They only show you like the fights and all that stuff. So it does make it seem like it's fucking warfare out here in Cali.
I was gonna say, I know, I seen the video where it was Fox News, of course, right?
Of fucking course, dude.
Yeah, that they were apparently reporting that the protesters were trying to bum rush into donde tenían detenido a los de la enredada, and then all the people that were there, they started screaming and they're like, oh, like no, like nobody's fucking trying to do that shit, like, you know, stop trying to like make
Mhm.
shit up, make it seem like it's worse than what it is. Like, we're just out here protesting, we're not passing whatever line puso, you know, like the agents or whatever. Yes, and they're like, nobody's trying to rush in, you know, like, and I think they ended up kicking them out of, you know, like there, like, porque they were like, oh, like, you're just making shit up. And lo malo es que a lot of the Trump supporters eat that shit up, dude. And I was seeing videos, and I was like, there's two things I noticed. One, I am not sure that everyone that's there, según en las redadas, are actual agents, dude. I feel like there's people that are volunteers,
Really?
because the way that Salen, so they were shooting people with the rubber bullets, and some of the, I don't know if they're the ICE agents, okay, tenían como paintball guns, and the way que salen corriendo and like start shooting at people y eso, at least it doesn't seem like it's someone who's trained
Mm.
to, you know, like, is to do that, like the way they hold the gun, the way that they're like running with the gun, the way that they, it just looks like somebody that's like le dan esto, and like they're eager to fucking go out there
They
and
play Call of Duty, ya saben, no?
right, yeah. I'm like, to me that's what it seemed like. I
Mhm.
don't know if that's the case or not, but I noticed that
I haven't seen that, dude.
some agents don't look like, you know,
Actual trained people, like
actual
trained
trained
officers.
people, right? And secondly, like, I noticed that the agents are instigating a lot, as far as there's people that are just standing by, you know, like they're not even, they're either not part of the protest or they're just standing there peacefully, y llegan y los empujan, kind
Yeah,
of like waiting for a reaction of, like, you know, like, oh, well, if they rush me or they whatever, like, we'll arrest them, or like pa que lo agarran en cámara de que,
entiendo.
like, you know, they're out here, you know, like being violent and shit like that. So I've noticed a lot of that, where it's like people que no están haciendo nada, either they're just
Recording.
there recording, or they're just like, a veces hasta de chismosos, dude. Like, let's be real, you know, like just standing at, oh, like, what's going on? Y llegan agents and they just like push the shit out of them. And it's like, dog, like at that point, you're just trying to instigate something.
But it's some sort of provocation, right? Because
Right,
yeah, you're there and you're filming and literally just have your phone up or whatever, and then all of a sudden someone goes and pushes you. That boils your blood. And then if
right.
you have somebody with you who's family or a friend and you care for them or whatever, you see they get pushed, you're like, fuck, you get pushy. Your fucking blood starts boiling,
Yeah,
and emotions start running fucking high. I don't want to say, by all means, dude. I sit here, I get to quote unquote enjoy the, being here in this country, and I say quote unquote because of everything that fucking we see nowadays. but
yeah,
uh but at the same time, I don't see a problem with sending criminals back to wherever they came from. Honestly, I don't see anything wrong with that. But when you go for fucking innocent, when you go to fucking high school, dude, let's just put it like that.
yeah,
It's a thing of celebration, and Mickey, you just went through it, right? You had, I'm sure you said, we're proud. It was, you were proud. I don't know if you were crying, but there was so many good emotions there for you to want to leave, and all of a sudden you see full fucking cop car, well, unmarked, right? Cop cars standing outside, waiting to, to check people's papers. I was like, really? Like, do they really have to go that far? Like, I don't. It makes no sense in my head, none whatsoever.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's
It's
sad, dude.
dude, it's fucked up. Honestly, the way they're handling things, and then the fact that with Trump mandó like the National Guard, right? Where originally Trump had said that he cannot send the National Guard to a state unless the
Governor.
senator or
Governor.
the governor
Governor.
Yeah.
request for them to send them.
Mhm.
So all of a sudden now he was able to send them without the California governor's permission. Porque he said he's like, I don't want them here. Like he's suing them, dude. He's suing Trump. He's suing he's no sé cuántas pinches lawsuits está poniendo over how everything was done. And not only that, but then there's somebody else that he's in the Trump fucking people que mandó the Marines.
Yeah, there's Marines coming. 500 Marines going to Cali. I think out of 2,000 que mandó, it was like confirmed that only like 300 arrived or some shit like that. It was like a low number compared to 2,000.
Yeah.
But yeah, nonetheless, I feel that it's a blue state. You know, California's a blue state. There's a lot of Republicans, but nonetheless, it's still a blue state. So anything that you go against Trump, and it's one of those things where, yeah, first of all, it's a blue state. Second of all, he's a Democratic fucking governor. Like he's gonna go against them as much as he can. He calls him. His name is Gavin Newsom. We call him Gavin. Fuck. What is that nickname he gives him? He wants to call him like a scumbag. I don't know if it's he has something mixed with that.
Nuisance?
Gavin Newsom, that's his name.
No, but I'm trying to say, like, I don't know if he calls him nuisance. Nuisance. But no, it's something else. But like, dude, he comes after Trump hard, dude, and he has told Trump, dude, I'm gonna fight you every single thing of the way. Ya ves que también dijeron que they want to arrest him.
Yeah, supposedly Trump's thinking of arresting him, and he tweeted out like, "Hey, well, I'm here. Come get me. You know where I'm at." Type thing.
Not only did he tweet out, he said at an interview, he was like,
"Yeah, because of the interview, he wants to arrest him."
Yeah. He was like, "No, I'm right here. Go ahead, arrest me." Like, I was like, "Damn, like that's."
I just feel like that's gonna. It is big boss, but he's gonna build up a lot. I don't know, dude. Like I think of scenarios now, right? Because anything's on the table at this fucking point. So I'm thinking of scenarios that seem impossible that could be fucking possible. And it's like, imagine they do arrest him. Like, there's a lot of people that are gonna be fucking protesting for that shit. Shit's gonna get out of control, dude. Not just only in the South. California is a big ass fucking state. And then LA County itself, I think I sent you guys the video. LA County itself is bigger than like 40 states in like the whole United States, just one county. So it's a small ass county in the state, and is bigger than again, population wise, is bigger than a lot of the states. The whole state. So I put myself as like, hopefully it doesn't get out of control, dude. Hopefully it doesn't get out of control, because I feel like it's already super heavy here. It's like there's a lot of heat. I have not seen anything around my area, I'll be honest, but I do. There is a page, I'll find it right now. There's a page where they kind of report like ice movements. Have you guys seen that stuff?
Some of those pages.
Okay.
Yeah,
where they report it, and you don't have to log in. You just go ahead and report it, and they'll show like a picture. It was like, oh, it's here in Chicago or here in Cali and here, blah, blah, and just be careful, like just to be attentive with all that shit.
Dude, también vi que what was it that Trump wanted to withheld funding to California, and they're like, dude, like
federal funding.
Yeah, they're like, we're the fourth biggest economy in the world, not just in the country. Like, it's in the world, and they're like, you do that, like we stop sending over pretty much taxes. Yeah, federal taxes, and so.
I think like the number is something like around $80 billion to California. Yeah, $80 billion that California sends to the government, which the government sends to other fucking states.
The irony of this all is that a lot of red states talk shit about blue states, but a lot of blue states are depending on
a lot of red states
are depending on blue states funding. You know, like to get their funding to the federal funding.
It's crazy because I don't know how that would work, right? So let's say, it could happen. Fucking Trump could make it happen. But say he's like, I'm not going to send you no more federal funding. Okay, cool. Then don't send me nothing. I wonder what's the steps for California not to send them shit. Like, hey, we're not sending you shit either. And then just you keep your shit, we keep our shit. But at the same time, I know it's a like a collateral effect, because again, California funding not only blue states but red states. Like Louisiana, fucking Kentucky, like a bunch of stupid states. Like how they're going to be affected by all of this as well. So again, it's a collateral damage. Like Trump's trying to do this to California. I don't know if it could happen, but California's stopping sending funds to the government, and I don't know, dude. I don't know how more bad it could get.
I've seen I saw there was a page right that they were like, all right, let's see if the state stopped getting federal funding, would they be able to survive or not? And like, because California survived, obviously. There's also red states that will survive, like Texas. Texas could survive on its own. Right? But like you have like New York that could survive on its own. You have Illinois that could survive on its own. You have
Big
Minnesota that
fucking
could
state.
survive on its own.
Yeah.
So there's all these states, and they're a lot of them are very blue. So
Yeah.
it's like, if this starts happening, what's gonna stop from like, Pritzker saying the same thing? Like, you know what, Moyo need, like, I'm also not gonna send you guys federal money.
It's funny that you said Illinois, because outside of Chicago and like some like towns here and there, Illinois is a lot like
That's it. Yeah.
a red state. Um, and they always talk shit. They're like Chicago this, Chicago that. Y que ya ves que they wanted to pretty much either take Chicago out of the state or have them be like their own thing, so they could like represent themselves and their views. Y que no sé qué. But once again, dude, like without Chicago, those towns in Illinois are bankrupt porque pues they don't make enough, to like stay afloat. So
I mean,
yeah, dude.
even Indiana, I saw that Indiana would go bankrupt. Indiana would not be able to survive without funding.
That's a red state, dude. So
That's what it's taking.
we talked about like biggest economies in the world, right? And California being the fourth. So it's crazy. You have the United States, which is also part of California's part of the United States. China, I think it was Germany, and then you have California above India.
Yeah, above India.
That's fucking insane, dude. That's insane to me that a state could above in Japan. Yeah, so it's the United States, China, Germany, California, then Japan, India, United Kingdom, France. Like a state, bro, a state could have that big of an impact. But you take away, like, even if you take away California from the U.S., the U.S. would still be on top as far as economy wise. But China would be really close, like super close to them. You're not trying to have that either, because Trump will go crazy if fucking China has a bigger economy. More tariffs, no more tariffs.
It's just, dude, it's nuts, dude. Like, and I feel like things are gonna escalate a bit more porque so yeah, que Trump's birthday they're doing something for him on Saturday, you know?
Yeah, I think a fucking military parade, dude.
It's a military parade.
So I think it's was it 250th anniversary of the army.
Mm-hmm.
And it lands, but knowing him, he's seeing it as a parade for him, not for the army and shit.
Right.
So.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So,
when was the last time there was a parade
that big? I feel like there is some, but not.
I don't think there's a military parade. Like I know Russia does this shit like every year. I think China does it every year. North Korea does this shit.
North Korea does it.
I think Mexico does it to an extent. No,
Mexico does it, yeah.
Pero, so on that same day, there's gonna be protests all over the country. It's called what is it? The No King protest.
Yeah.
And like they're everywhere. Like like I was seeing the one here in Chicago, like where it's like, all right, meet at Dearborn. Like I seen ones on New York. I seen ones in LA, dude. Like there's a lot of them out there, and I don't know. Like that's what I'm saying. Like with everything, with the big ego that he has, ya ves como he could not take Elon Musk talking shit about him. Like the ego that he has, that he could escalate things.
Yeah.
Which is the crazy part, right? Yeah. Where it's like, dude, like all the stuff that he's done, dude, it's fucked up.
Yeah. It is fucked up. Dude, so somebody came out and said, do you guys remember? Elon this past week, he's been going fucking hard on Trump, right? Back and forth.
Yeah.
So he tweeted out something of, is it tweeted still, even though it's called X? Is there,
Yeah,
I
man.
mean, people still say tweeted. Yeah.
but is there a different word? Like, I don't know.
I don't know, dude. You
He
can't say
X, no?
someone X. Like,
I mean, I don't know. Because we're so used to tweet. But yeah, he tweeted something along the lines of like, bomb drop released
Oh, yeah.
Epstein
Epstein,
files.
Epstein,
Epstein files. Okay.
yeah.
So dude, so he's saying, there's people saying, which is all a fucking conspiracy at this point, right? But they're saying that he's doing all this shit like hard in LA to cover that up a bit. Literally, he's like, he went in LA, a big ass city, right? A blue state, nonetheless, blue state. Because you don't hear any red state getting rated like that. None whatsoever. And I get it. It's a red state. So there's not a lot of Latinos or anybody from any other
So
different country.
I think
been
more
in
than
Florida.
I think more than anything, he's
That's true.
he's targeting sanctuary cities.
Yeah,
Um,
which
is that's why he targeted was it in Pennsylvania,
Pennsylvania.
South Philadelphia, Chicago, Boston,
New York.
New York, and LA.
Yeah, Minneapolis.
Right,
Minneapolis too.
Minneapolis, dude. Minneapolis también.
Well,
Going
I
up.
mean, they're going hard over there too, dude. Yeah, dude, it's been crazy. Which is there's cities that are coming out, and which is it's fucked up what they're doing, right? They're coming down, they're saying they're like, oh, like the department of whatever, like whatever these people are, right? What's it called? Homeland Security. Because I saw that Las Vegas came out on their TikTok.
Yeah.
They came out with a poll saying that they have never said that they were a sanctuary city, that they would never, harbor people and stuff like this. They're like, porque I guess, I mean, they have them on the list. And I believe that they're going to start doing raids in Las Vegas, which is the only reason why they would have to answer. So, es como dijo Tank, I think they're going to start going after the big cities that are blue cities to send a message.
Yeah.
So and this is once again, I mean, conspiracy, right? There's a video I saw that where they're saying that because what was it? He had put 2,000 or 3,000 that he wanted around 2,000 to 3,000 people deported a day in the raids, and then that's when he did the raids in not even Chicago, porque it was Chicago, pero también it was like towns alrededor. And like that's when he hit was it Minnesota, Boston y todos esos, and then obviously they were nowhere near the number that they habían dicho que that was going to be the quota or whatever. So the person was saying that they feel like they tried doing that in LA, como diciendo like, all right, well, we're going to do this in LA, and that way every other city kind of like falls in line. Como que no, they didn't expect the reaction that they got, and they thought it was just going to be like a easy cruise of like, we're going to hit LA hard because it's a sanctuary city. All the other cities are going to see, like this big Latino community city get hit, and como que like they're going to fall in line. Pero pues, I mean, a lot of people were like, he must not remember like the Rodney King riots and shit.
Right.
Like they're like, I think LA was the worst city you could hit.
I feel like there's cities that are very. I think LA is the worst city that they could do that shit on. I think New York would have been difficult. I think Chicago would have been difficult, but I think LA was like the worst city that they could have done this shit on. Which at the same time is like, like I've seen. Obviously, there's a lot of influencers that live in LA that have come out and showed up. Like I saw Snow the Product was there, which I was like very, very happy for that. She was right there, like front and center. So like it was at the same time, I think because there's so many influencers, so many people, like they're bringing way too much light to it, which is what's also hurting, was like immigration and all of those people, right? Because it's like there's more and more like Mexicans, and not even Mexicans, because I saw that también it was a big community of Palestinians que fueron. So fueron Palestinians de Guatemala, like there's people from all over backgrounds, like all backgrounds, right?
Yeah.
That are showing up, which dude, it's great to see, but it's
I'm not
fucked
gonna
up
lie,
that
dude.
is how we gotta see them.
Outside of los latinos, de lo que yo he visto, otros güeyes que también son los más desmadrosos son los güeros, dude. Like,
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude. Like, and so I follow, right? I've been following all this stuff, right? So me empezaron a salir tips of like, oh, like if you go to like what's it called, the like this protest, this is what you do, and I'm like, all right, I'm trying to see like, all right, I already care, maybe hydrate, something like, no, dude, like the tips they were giving, I was like, oh shit, let me scroll away, dude, porque I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm like, let me scroll up, but let me go back and bookmark it just in case. Like,
Yeah.
you never know.
it's funny too, because I've been getting a lot of ¿cómo se llama? On my For You page, like, oh, like, if you work construction, here's like this mask and like these like goggle sets,
Yeah.
and like it's proven to be like effective for any type of like smoke y que no sé qué.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
of course this is for construction y que no sé qué.
Yeah.
And we're like, damn, dude. Like,
this is white guy who showed up on TikTok too. I don't know if you guys saw him too, but he's like, I'm a former Coast Guard and I'm only giving tips, blah blah blah. He starts naming the balloon one. Yeah, dude. He starts
I saw it. I was like, oh,
I was like, damn, dude. Liked, no? Double like.
Like I liked it, but I was like, all right, let me scroll away.
it's funny how he's like, oh, I'm just telling you guys what why they're worried. Like I'm not giving any ideas. I'm just saying they're worried because if the balloon is filled with this and that, and like,
yeah,
and I was like,
you
damn.
can't get it off, and I was like,
I know,
damn, like,
yeah, that was the guy I saw, and yeah, he got a lot of traction for sure. Because I think I followed him and I went back to see, dude. I went back to see his followers. They fucking increased like a motherfucker. But I seen a lot of influencers. Yeah, like you said, go to LA and be at the protest. I've also seen a lot of people talk shit about other influencers that are Latinos that are not supporting any of that, dude.
And not showing up there.
And they're not showing up, right? And they're not supposedly showing up or reporting about it because they don't want to lose any brand deals, right? So they're looking more out for themselves and business than the actual community, not knowing that the fucking community made them in this case, right? Whatever they are. But yeah, I seen there's a lot of different views, a lot of political views. I also seen that they're doing protests like Trump, not protests, but I guess rallies outside and walking around in Beverly Hills. So same thing here in California. So that to me is like, fuck, that's potential conflict, dude. At the end of the day, like Beverly Hills from LA, it's fuck, I don't know, maybe an hour, dude. I know they're really close, but traffic wise, it's about an hour. But people meet up at Beverly Hills, and then you have this, MAGA people here, and it's just gonna get out of hand. And hopefully it doesn't. But at this point, ya ni se sabe, dude. Ya honestly, ya ni se sabe.
Yeah, it is difficult, and it's one of those things where it's like, as a parent, right? It's like like you want everything to be peaceful. You want the protest to be peaceful. For people to go in there with like, hey, we're gonna protest, we're gonna voice our opinion and like our concerns in a peaceful manner. I think the only difficulty that I see is it's getting violent, and it's not from the protester side, but they're blaming the protesters.
Yeah.
So to a degree, it's like you could, like, if I was there, because I've thought about it, right? Like I've thought about going to a few of them. Like I was gonna ditch work and go to one. Pero
allegedly.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna take a long lunch break.
Right.
Allegedly.
Right.
Y como the ¿cómo se llama? The the air is a little polluted ahorita in Chicago, dude. You're gonna wear a mask, dude, to protect from the pollution, dude.
The sun, the UV lights, dude. From the sun, dude.
¿Cómo es mi waterproof bag con agua dentro, dude?
Yeah, dude.
Por si acaso, por si acaso hay algo con los mitos saliendo por ahí, ¿no? Pero
yeah, dude.
Pero like, no, like I said, I think it's just very hard for for protesters to stay peaceful.
Peaceful.
This
Mhm.
is how they're reacting to them.
Yeah.
And to a degree, it's like if I was in the protest, como estamos diciendo, like, let's say, hey, we're like, like Todos Toman is gonna go to a protest. We're gonna go and we're gonna show our support. But we see somebody from like you see Tank getting pushed like that. You see Rome getting pushed like that. Like
That's
we
what I'm
see you
saying.
getting
Yeah.
pushed like that. Like that stuff escalates really fast, and then they're going to blame the protesters, which
Mhm.
is the
Yeah.
problem that que está
It's
pasando.
happening. Yeah. They have this. I've been wanting to share this, but we haven't been talking about political views or immigration in some episodes. By the way, that last episode we did with the bathroom dude, that was a hit. We got a couple. That shit was nice. Eh?
Dude,
Don't take it over to the milkers, eh? Knowing you.
I was gonna say shout out to Juan Olaez también. He told me that he was fucking dying, dude, like laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My girl
So
got back into the
it's a
podcast.
genius. Whoever came up with that topic, dude, genius, dude.
I'll
Give him
give
a
you.
raise, dude.
I give you
Give him
props.
a
Dude.
raise, dude.
You know what, dude? Take PTO on me next week. Dude. Don't show up, dude. Romero will agree. Dude.
I'm making an executive decision. No?
Sí, güey. It's already set here. It's set in stone.
Romero sumando los oídos, no.
Sí, güey. It's like, what the fuck? I haven't landed yet. No, what's going on? We're not going down yet. There's a radio station that I listen to, and it has like oldies, whatever, and they have a commercial on there, and then the commercial says, "Oh, last year, so and so got killed by a Venezuelan immigrant, and this and this and that. We should, President Trump is trying to do this and this and that. If you are illegal, along the lines, hey, like I'm not quoting it, but they say if you're illegal, make sure to self-deport. You could go to this page, and if you don't, every single day that you don't self-deport and that you're legal, you're going to be paying $1,000 every day. So I'm thinking, okay, fine. So they're trying to go that route to where you have to pay $1,000 for not self-deporting. I'm going to be, say, in jail for 30 days. How the fuck am I even going to pay that? Right? One. And then two, it's like I know he wanted to open up Alcatraz. So it's like, am I going to be a prisoner like back in the day, like a slave type thing? Like it just raises so many questions. Like, how am I going to pay you for me being here legally?
Yeah.
Like, how is that possible? Like back then, I guess maybe it was a thing. It was like you committed a crime, you couldn't pay your fine, so they'll put your ass to work, no? And they're like, oh, you're working until you could fucking pay your dues. But now it's just the way the world's set up. I don't think that's a thing. I don't think slavery is a thing nowadays, but right? Or is it?
You could say that slavery is still a thing, just with the prison work that they have them do. Porque they still do it. They still have people working, pero les pagan, pero like, dude, les pagan una miseria, right?
Like 10
So
cents.
yeah, like 10 cents or some shit like that, and it's una miseria. So you could still say that there is some sort of slavery todavía that's happening.
Yeah.
So I mean, yes, I don't know how, like I've heard some of the commercials. I've heard the ones which is fucked up. I really thought it was fucked up. That they play them in La Que Buena, they play them, I think, in La Ley.
No way, they play them on there too.
Yeah, dude, it's the like, oh, like if you are illegal, we're coming for you, que sepa que, like all this, and I'm like, what the fuck are they playing them here for? Like, and I get it where it's, I think it's La Que Buena is owned by Univision or something like that.
Yeah.
And because Univision has new ownership, they're playing in Univision, and from there they pass it to everything that goes with Univision. So that's why they play it. I mean, in La Que Buena, and I think La Ley has some shit like similar, where también they play it there. And I was like, dude, like that's fucked up. Like I feel like if I was a radio person, as soon as that commercial aired, I would have been talking so much shit. I probably would have been fired.
I know. I'm trying to find the fucking announcement, but I can't find it.
Oh, and what I was gonna say earlier. Oh, go ahead, thank you.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say, ahorita que me acordé, I saw that they were saying, don't take Mexican flags or Latino flags.
I saw that shit.
protest.
Any flags besides the U.S.
Right, and they're like, take California flags and take U.S. flags. It's like that way, when you're like, it's recorded that whether it's the whatever um officers or the National Guards or como dijo que iba a mandar a los Marines,
Marines.
if there's any video footage of them assaulting you or assaulting the group, is looking like they're
Assaulted
assaulting
the U.S.
U.S. citizens rather than them trying to spin it off as, oh, we're trying to defend ourselves from foreign invaders,
Yeah,
which I thought that was honestly a genius fucking.
But that
that's
is
it.
really smart to do.
That is.
And so look, what I was gonna say earlier was, I know
Okay.
people are pissed off at la selección mexicana porque los siguientes tres partidos they're gonna play in the U.S. They're
Yeah,
like, bro, you see that all the raids are happening. You see that everything that's happening in the U.S. How are you going to be like, you know what? The next three games will be in the U.S. Like, are you really going to put these games where you know Mexicans are going to go and you know they could get raided, you know they could wait for them in the parking lot, you know they could wait for them. Like that's just a fucked up thing to do. Which I mean, FIFA is having issues with
yeah.
what is it what is it? ¿Cuál es el torneo? El Mundial de Clubes,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
FIFA Club
where
World Cup.
they are not selling tickets por lo mismo because people are scared to even go to the games. So like I think they're lowering the prices dramatically, dude.
Mhm.
I heard that there were some games that you could find tickets for $20.
Yeah, they're really cheap
And
right now.
yeah, and it's because quién va a querer ir and pues está con eso de que like you could get caught in a raid and it's como dijo Tank, like like right now it's almost to the point where like they catch people, they grab anybody and everybody, and then they'll filter through them later. Like there's people that are born in the U.S. I think there was like a U.S. veteran. I mean, there was I think a marshal or something like that que también lo habían agarrado, where los tenían detenidos for a while,
Yeah,
and then they released them.
yeah, yeah.
And I was like, dude, I'm like, I was telling my dad, I'm like, I don't know if it's possible, which I'm like, I'll have to get in touch with an attorney. But like, if I get caught in a raid, right, and if I get arrested, and if I lose my job over it, I'm like, I do want to sue because that's fucked up. Because
Fuck yeah.
hell yeah,
I'm
dude.
like, there
Fuck
has
yeah.
to be a way to sue. And I was like, and like if you get that information, dude, like that is valuable information for everybody to know. Where it's like, hey, if you're a U.S. citizen and you get caught by these people, sue them, dude, because like you're showing proof, and ya una cita van a detener. I'm like, and maybe like that you could do something, a little dent. Who knows?
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
Again,
if they'll do that to me, and no diré nada, dude, pero ya cuando me
Habrá
vean
señales, dude.
habrá señales, dude, ahí el pinche dueño de los Chicago Bulls, dude, van a saber.
And Tank, no?
They fucked around and found out, dude. Like,
See, dude.
like I don't know if it's possible, but I feel like I want to say it can be done, but I don't know if it's possible, right?
Quién sabe.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if they're gonna pull something like, oh, we're doing this due to Homeland Security and this, and you were like some shit, right? I don't know qué van a hacer con qué pendejada, pero
Sí, sí, sí.
I feel like what, anybody that's listening to this episode, if you're a lawyer, let us know in the
see.
comments, no, or hit us up, no.
Like
Please.
the only thing I could think of would be racial profiling.
That's it.
Oh hell yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit him with that, dude. I'm gonna
That's
hit him with
big.
the hell yeah, that's huge. I'll be like, I'm gonna hit him with the double, like you racial profile me because I'm Mexican, and you racial profile me because I look Arabian. So there you go. That's two, dude.
Oh,
That's two losses right there, dude.
Too, dude.
Two, boy.
Well, let's hope things get better, guys. Let's hope things kind of de-escalate. They get better for I know we still got fucking some years with this fucker, and
Dude,
I'm sure we'll be talking about it again.
the crazy part is we still
sadly.
got 3 years
Yeah.
and a half with this guy.
Yeah, there's ni
In
siquiera ha
6
pasado un
months
año, güey.
ha pasado todo este pedo.
Dude, Kamala Harris did say that shit was gonna happen. By the way,
Dude, I saw a video where
she
they go
fucking
back
did.
to her speech and she's
She
literally
fucking did it.
saying like, "Oh, he will use the armed forces against civilians y todo
Yeah.
eso."
Mhm. She said it.
And it's like,
I'm just I don't know, dude. I understand that right now, like I think the Republicans control the Senate or something.
They
Um
do.
because it's like at this point, like I feel like if it was anybody else, like they would already been impeached for doing any of this shit, right?
Mhm.
For multiple reasons, like at this point. But it's crazy how like lo tienen bien lavados, dude. Bien like people are so like, you know what? All I care about is, you know, my position, you know, like which is like I'm not going to go against them because I know by going against them, I'm screwing myself over, which is like,
Yeah,
bro, like it's fucked up, dude. Like fucked up. So
it is fucked up.
this is why Tank should go move to like Florida and become the governor of Florida, dude.
Yeah,
And or like a senator or something, dude. That he take over
yeah,
a
Move
red
up,
state, dude.
move
all I'm
up.
gonna say, dude, is it's ironic how a lot of them talk about patriotism and um, being
Fuck
American
yeah.
and todo eso because they're literally putting their fucking political party before their country, and it's like,
Déjate de
como
eso.
dices, like they're afraid to lose the support of like
Other races.
well, like yeah, like all the races, all the
I'll say it. Other races.
los Trump supporters, yes. So you're literally doing things that are pretty much unconstitutional because you're deporting people without due process, which is not fucking legal. You're doing everything, like you're ignoring all the laws that are in place, and
You
you're
could just say the
doing
Constitution, dude. At this point,
right. You're ignoring the Constitution, right, dude?
at this point,
And you fucking love saying that, oh, I'm a patriot and I'm doing this because of my country and I love my country and this and that. And the most ironic thing of it all is saying, like, oh, it's because, like people that are breaking the law shouldn't be here. And it's like, bro, you guys are fucking breaking the law by not fucking following due process and all that shit. So it's like, it's just,
ironic, dude.
I don't know, dude.
Ironic. That's it. I mean, there's nothing more
So
to say.
I will say that, como dices tú, the hypocrisy, right? Where it's like they want to put, you know, like God in schools, right? I saw some people that were I forgot in what state or what county, what city, but they did a law where they were that iban a poner like I like podían poner cosas de la Biblia in schools and stuff like that. People were like, you know what, it's kind of fucked up, like people from other religions, how are they gonna feel? They're like, oh well, if they come here, they're like, oh, like maybe they're like, oh, I want to know and I want to be in the same religion as the founding fathers of this country. And it's like, bro, like, that's not the fucking point. And it's like, se agarran de la Biblia, se agarran de que, oh, like it's I'm a Christian, I'm this. You have the Pope saying shit like, hey, this is wrong. You're not supposed to do this.
Yeah,
And they don't give a shit. They're like, you know what? Like, oh well, he doesn't know what he's talking about. It's the fucking Pope, dude. Like,
he's a Democrat. No one is here.
right? Yeah, it's like, oh, he's a fucking liberal, no? Like, and it's like, I
It's
mean, like, bro,
the
like,
favorite line, dude. It's Biden's fault, dude.
yeah, dude. And it's like they talk about Constitution and people's rights, and they don't follow it. They
Yeah,
talk about like the Bible, and they don't follow it. So they pick and choose what they want, and at the end of the day, we are in a fucking was a fucking tyranny. Porque ese güey puede hacer lo que quiere. He's not listening to the Supreme Court. Porque like he doesn't have to at this point.
yeah.
Porque like like he goes around it. No
They're
le
also
hacen nada.
Republican.
Yeah, no le hacen nada. So it's like, bro, like
We're practically at a fucking dictatorship, dude.
we
Like
are, dude.
At this point,
going
yeah.
against
The
press.
Constitution, dude.
Well, going against the Constitution, going against press that's against or that he like I guess Beth talks bad about him, talking about his opponent, like politicians' opponents. So like going against them because they don't want to follow what he's saying. Like, dude, at this point, it's a fucking dictatorship. Like,
It is, dude. It
Yeah,
is a
dude.
dictatorship, and all I am part pleased, but part of me pisses me off even more. Where it's you have all these people that were like, like the la pinche vieja que hizo the Latinas for Trump. All of a sudden now she's like, oh, like the stuff that he's doing, I
A
don't
lot of
agree
people.
with.
Yeah.
I can't condone what he's doing. I didn't know this. I'm like, bitch, todos te dijeron, right? Everybody fucking told you who he was. De que tú andabas de pendeja, that's your own fault.
Dude,
So
they said about that big beautiful bill. I guess like he wanted to add like
yeah,
AI for like the next 10 years. And
Mhm.
a lot of fucking Republicans like, no, I do not, I don't support it. It's like, wait, you said you supported it, you voted for it, but you didn't read it. I was like, well,
yeah,
I missed that part, or like I was like, wait, how? But I don't know. I think that's just an excuse, dude. Like
Yeah.
they
yeah.
voted, they knew. Honestly, yeah, come on.
Which
I
luckily, I think it didn't pass.
It hasn't
Sadly,
passed, no?
it hasn't passed because I think it was voted on first. Yes, there were some Republicans that voted against it. Some voted against it because they wanted higher, like kind of like a higher tax on like de lo que habían propuesto. So that's why they kind of like voted against it. Kind of like, oh, I knew it wasn't going to pass, so I voted against it so they could bring it back up and like all this shit and like hacer esos arreglos to like hire even more the
I,
taxes y todo
I might,
eso.
dude, I might be wrong, but I think it passed the House. And I was just waiting to go to the Senate, and then I think that's what I left off. I might be wrong though. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with that shit, dude. I'll be honest. I've been trying to stay away from political shit as much as I can. Like it's draining. It's fucking draining.
Yeah.
it is draining, dude.
It's draining. If right now if I go on my my feed, yes, there's a lot of riot shit because I've been listening
Yeah,
to a lot
yeah.
more of that stuff. But before that, dude, it was a bunch of fishing shit that was like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
gonna get that one day, and I'm gonna try that knot and shit, literally stupid shit like that. But right now for this weekend, and I haven't been on my phone much because Romero was over, but it was that just riots, and maybe also my algorithm is because I live here in Cali. But
Dice, you
I don't
live
know.
in
Have you
Cali y todas las pendejadas que te mando, ¿no?
también tú, dude?
'Cause
That's your fault, dude.
I do send you a lot of stuff about it. So because my feed has always stayed on like my feed has been like either like random funny shit, Becky G, political stuff, like things are happening around the world, So because I do try and keep up. Now I will say shout out to all of those content creators that do post stuff, keeping everybody informed. They do their due diligence. There's people that be sharing like what to do. Like
Yeah.
there's lawyers that go out there and que they te explican qué hacer. Um, they give you information, they give you all this, and shout out to all those people. Shout out to the celebrities that also share stuff and also are there, like trying to assist and trying to help in any way, dude. Because I think it's one of those things that we just have to appreciate like all the support and all the love that we get from everybody that we do,
Mhm.
just because we know we have all this hate against us.
That's true. Bueno, muchachos, yeah, 1 hour mark has passed. Long episode of immigration. I know we've stayed away from it for a while. Again, we try not to stay so much in the same topic of political views or any immigration stuff that it's just right. You say in the beginning of the episode, it's a tough thing to talk about. We will try to come back up with. I'm gonna pick on Miguel's brain for some more content. Some good episodes too, like the bathroom, el
Yeah.
baño. We'll keep it going with that. We'll see what we could come up with. Dude, and I've been going this whole weekend to public restrooms, and I'm like, fuck that episode. Oh, like I remember back to what I said. Like, that's,
Me va a dar sida, ¿no?
we even said that today, we went to eat breakfast today in the morning, and then my girl was listening to the episode. She didn't finish it, and then Romero's like, "Oh, hold on, let me go wash my hands." And it's like, "Oh," she's like, "Oh, he pulled a tank." I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Yeah, tank says que sus contacts. That's why he has to go to the bathroom." I was like, "Ah," I was like, "Okay." And then I think he took like I don't know so many minutes. I was like, "Yeah, he did pull a tank." And fue a lavar las manos, no según.
Que estaban bien
Pero
mugrosas esas manos,
sí,
¿no?
sí, dude. Like he ate with his hands, no, the omelet. Lo tenía en las manos. Pero bueno, muchachos, any final thoughts?
No,
No, we're good to go.
I think don't be fooled by what you see. there has been plenty of peaceful protests around everywhere, California, todo. So don't be fooled, don't be intimidated by, todo eso. Like, I honestly do feel like it's a scare tactic. Y and yeah, just stay out of trouble, I guess, if you do protest. And if they started, pues ni modo, dude. Like,
Que se aguante, ¿no?
que se aguanten. Que se lleva, se aguanta, ¿no?
Sí, güey. That's true, dude. That's big, dude. Rate, review, subscribe. All links can be found at todostomanpodcast.com. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Todos Toman Pod. ¿Ves, dude? Sin ver, dude, because I was like this, eh?
Bien Johnny Ramos, dude.
Reporting to you guys from Green Bay, Cali.
Pues, como digo, Tank, everybody stay safe. Have a good night. Sweet dreams. Unless you voted for Trump, then no sweet dreams for you.
God damn.
A ustedes no, puras pesadillas. Puras pesadillas.
Vamos. Paz y amor.
Ya me acabé la botella, dude. Pero